You're not even ready for it.
It is time for Stugotz to share his game notes. No one in the media will tell you what happened better than my boy Stu.
Underrated annoyances. Samson would still be number one, right?
He's on all the lists.
Thank you. Weekend observations brought to you by Miller Lite. Dan, once extremely popular, his people turned on him. They killed him, and his death was a brutal one. Crucified. But you know what they say? They say you can't keep a good man down. And this man, he rose. And Dan, on the third day, just like that, make no mistake about it, Jesus Christ is back.
Big comeback.
JC, Son of God, the King of Kings. Also, Dan. Your observation. I appreciate it. Sent me a little text on a Sunday. Enjoyed it. Speaking of back, the NBA second season. Speaking of back, the NFL draft. Speaking of back, Mel Kiper Jr. Oh my God, what a week. Pearl Jam. T-Wolves, Lakers, congratulations. Your series started. Nobody loves a mock draft like Mel Kiper loves a mock draft. You know what the M in Mel Kiper stands for, Dano?
Mock draft.
Wow, you're on it today.
Yes.
Also, we'll be on God Bless Football this week.
Yes.
Every time I watch hockey, I wonder, why don't I watch it more? Then the game ends, and I won't watch it again for a couple of months. Happens all the time. The Knicks going on a 21-0 run in Madison Square Garden. The Mecca. Hey, Pistons, welcome to the playoffs. The Jets play a sport that awards you 7 points per score, and yet the Knicks have more 21-0 runs. I hate them. Dan, we had a Christian Laettner-type moment over the weekend. You'll never forget where you were when Campaign saved the Knicks season. Where were you, Dana?
Is it on your list? Where were you, Games?
I was fiddling with my Wi-Fi. Gangster.
I'm taking it right now. If the Knicks win a title, they're going to pop the Campaign. How about that?
That's good. I like that.
Thank you. It's mine, though.
You should try to trademark that. You actually, you know what? Pop the Campaign is something that right now should be a T-shirt. You should take
We're getting
over.
ahead of ourselves.
You should right now make sure to do whatever you need to do so that you're profiting off of. That is a great slogan.
Thank you. What do I do now?
You got to stop what you're
someone
doing.
on the Knicks is on that, right?
You got to stop what you're doing, and you got to tell Angel, you got to tell somebody in our company that you've got a business idea.
Have to get it notarized for sure, though.
I mean, Sampson?
By David Sampson, probably. Yeah,
Really?
I'm sure he's a notary. For sure.
So obnoxious.
Marvin Bagley Jr. with the rare half-court buzzer beater to cut the lead to 49. Also, had no idea he was on the Grizzlies. The Grizz. It was definitely Taylor Jenkins' fault. That team's a disaster. John Moran said, we'll never play worse than that. You can't play worse than that. Even if you tried to play worse than that, you cannot play worse than the Memphis Grizzlies played. Oh, Taylor Jenkins.
Were there any grenade celebrations from Ja?
I mean, they were down by 53 at one point.
So that's a no.
Yeah. If you look up swept in the first round in the dictionary, you'd see a picture of this Orlando Magic team. Team is done.
Put it on the poll. And they really are, right? Like,
And Carroll's really good, though.
yeah, but it doesn't matter.
Enjoy his last 3 games of the year.
Put it on the poll. Are notaries obnoxious at Le Batard Show?
Hey, Jesus Christ, if you have 12 apostles, you have none.
Whoa.
I mean, Dan, you know what they say. If you have 12, I mean, you don't have one. Top 5 people in sports who connote Easter. OLI, David DeJesus. Number 5, Hank Baskett. Number 4, Dan Pasqua. That's a good one, right?
That's a good one.
Thank you.
That is a good one.
Thank you. Thank you. Number 3, Kareem Hunt. Number 2, Rich Eggy.
That's not right. That's ridiculous what you just did.
Update
there.
anchor.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. A 790 update anchor who worked for like 9 months in 2001.
The 6 people who got that joke think it's funny.
Thank you.
That's
I did it for the 6.
not a one of them is listening.
Well, Grunfast might be listening. You got that right.
That is a joke that only works if you're Rich Eggy or Rich Eggy adjacent. And there are very
Guzio is cracking
There are
up.
very few people in our audience who are either of those things. Either Rich Eggy or Rich Eggy adjacent.
Rich Eggy adjacent is a funny term.
It really is.
Gout!
Number 1, Burke Badenhop. The Hopper.
Centerpiece, the Miguel Cabrera trade.
I know. Can you believe it? Running our company. Being mean to David. Probably should stop. Here come the Mets. The Mets, the Metropolitans. You noticed? Looks like we'll have to wait another year for Dan's dream finals matchup of Clippers-Pacers.
Oh, don't give up on it yet. Do not give up on it yet.
Fear not, though, guys. We still have the Rays. You're the weirdest sports fan, man.
Stugotz, Chandler Simpson's been called up for the Rays. He stole 104 bases in 110 games last year.
One of the fastest humans I've ever
Can't
seen.
get here fast enough. Rays baseball, baby. 7th best prospect in the system.
Wow, really?
Yeah. They called him up to the big
He
leagues.
can fly.
Exciting.
Harris English. The most British-sounding name of all time. He's from Georgia. The Thunder could win the NBA title, and I still wouldn't be able to tell you who their head coach was. Can you name him now? You don't know the name.
Stugotz, yes, Stugotz. This
Someone knows
this
the Thunder's head coach in there?
This
Yeah,
is a joke from
of
last
course.
year.
I don't
Yes,
think
yes,
anyone
but
knows.
it's hard to spell. I think
They're
a
not
lot of
gonna win it,
I
by
think
the
a
way.
lot of people would have trouble spell. Most people would spell it wrong.
You don't know.
I'm not going to take a quiz.
Anyone?
I think everyone.
No one.
No, you smoked out Chris Cody.
Chris does not.
Chris Cody's in
The
hiding.
ally you
I
want.
have no idea who that guy is.
Mina Kimes on Celebrity Jeopardy. Mina, I'm proud of you. And it's going to pain me to say this, but you choked. Mina, do it in the semifinals, and then do it again in the finals. I mean, if we're being honest, if you think you might be away for 9 days, you pack for 9 days. What are we doing with Spolstra here? I packed for 9 days. That's why we won. I think I'm going away for 9. I pack for 9.
Would have been inconvenient if they packed for less and they had to go home and then come back.
It's inefficient.
Right.
What are we doing there? Anyway. Should I apologize to Mina?
To who?
Mina, I feel bad. I mean, we love her.
Well, what you wrote those and you read them and now you feel bad, but she actually leaned into it, physically leaned into it, and said to Ken Jennings, "Scared money don't make money." I couldn't believe, that was the most gangster of Wi-Fi things.
Jason Hayward, Padre.
Look at this. Can you guys look at this? Look at what we have
know.
here. Mina, I'm sorry, Stugotz. I don't mean to do this to you. I just couldn't believe that after losing this way, losing because her math was a little faulty, losing and tripping over the finish line, she still leaned into great confidence.
And you don't have to kick yourself, I think, because the way it worked out with Dave being the only one who knew final.
Listen, yeah, I would have been more mad if I had done the math wrong. And once that was, I was like, all right, because that would have just been embarrassing. But, yeah.
Well, you made small wagers on
I know.
who you
Ken.
ended up knowing on Nero, and then
Scared money don't make money.
I take back everything I said.
I've never seen Mina that confident in
That's
my life.
unbelievable.
Amazing.
It was incredible.
She didn't choke, actually.
After choking.
Oh, you said it.
She's like leaning to the right too, super confident right
That's
there.
incredible television.
Did you hear what I said?
Yes.
Jason Hayward. Padre.
No, Padres are great.
But Jason Hayward's on the Padres. Hey, kid. Dan, when you've got 2 strikes on Juan Soto, you know where he has you?
Right where he wants you.
Right where he wants you.
He does.
He's incredible.
Yes, he is.
Oh, the Mets got a good one.
Stugotz, you wandering over to sports after 18 months is interesting.
Yeah. I've been away, man. Operation Bloomin' Onion.
What do you think about Mark Dagnall, Stu?
Who?
Do you not know who that is?
No.
Just wondering.
How can you not know who that is?
Met? I'm easing into things there.
It's a Padre.
Oh.
It's utility infielder.
So is Jason Hayward.
He's not a utility infielder.
No. Utility outfielder?
Although everyone is a first baseman now.
Really crazy how that changed, huh?
Weird.
Huh. I'm embarrassed to admit this. I thought the creator of the White Lotus, Mike White, was the NFL quarterback, Mike White. Thought it was weird that HBO would give him a show. I did. I had under 11 and a half runs in Cubs and Diamondbacks. It was 2-1 Cubs in the 7th inning. It finished 13-11 Cubs.
What the hell happened to that Phillies-Marlins game?
Baseball.
Javi Sanoja happened, Dan. Javi Sanoja, Tony. You haven't heard of Javier Sanoja?
That absolutely sounds like an ailment you can make fun of because
Sanoja.
because no one dies from it.
Sanoja on my back.
That is absolutely an illness of some sort. That was not a Marlin. In fact, let's play a new game. Find Marlin names and let's find which one sounds the most like an illness.
Also, name the Thunder coach.
We just did. He just asked you.
Who did? Oh, that was it? Dagger, you looked it up. Shaggy?
He bails halfway through the name.
Daggies.
I got a bad case of Mervis.
Leicester relegated from the Premier League to the championship. Based on the name alone, I'd rather win the championship. Wouldn't you? Premier, championship, right? Seems bigger. Which is bigger? Premier? Tip of the cap to one Reese Davis on his new 7-year deal to stay with ESPN after being heavily pursued by Fox Sports. When you think of a class act, you think of Reese Davis. Also, Fox Sports, call me. Hey, Klay Thompson, here's your reminder that the grass isn't always greener on the other side. How much do you think Nico Harrison is rooting against the Lakers this playoffs?
Dan, did you see someone ask Klay Thompson after the last game in the locker room if he knew what the team was going to look like now? Would he have still signed with the Mavericks? It's balls to ask that question.
If the Lakers win a title with Luka, they're going to build Nico Harrison a statue in L.A. I'm sure Maverick fans were devastated that the Lakers lost Game 1. Phonies. If the Mavericks win a title with Anthony Davis before Luka wins one with the Lakers, Maverick fans will still be mad at Nico Harrison. They are a bunch of phonies, those fans. Seriously.
What? We didn't understand what you said. What kind of fans?
They're phonies. The Maverick fans.
Okay.
I mean, they're rooting for the Lakers. They're rooting against their own GM.
There was not a better cameraman moment this weekend, was there? Nobody in sports had a better weekend than cameraman who went straight from Anthony Davis limping toward the sidelines to Nico's face on the sidelines, correct? That was, of the weekend, no director's team, no television truck. This was what the Masters did last week with McIlroy.
That director definitely Jeremy style fist pumped after that cut.
Right?
Like the director was just like, yes.
Yes, like that was just camera work, and Nico is sinking straight into the part. That is side-eye. That is official side-eye. That is his eyes trying to leave the frame, and the rest of him will get there in a moment because of how embarrassed he is by that's the worst thing that could possibly happen here.
I've got a bad case of Declan Cronin.
How many do you have? How many Marlins names would pass for illness?
Lake Bacher disease.
Ooh, wow, that sounds awful.
That's
kind of the best one I got.
That's pretty good.
What the doctor said, he said Lake Bachner.
That's why you pronounced it wrong.
How do you pronounce it? I love watching a position player pitch in a blowout.
Do you?
It's the best.
It's always fun.
What?
I want it in other sports. I want like a punter to be the quarterback in the fourth quarter in like an NFL blowout.
You guys like that?
Yeah, they just throws meatballs.
The Jets did that for real. Tom
did?
Tupa was a punter who was their backup quarterback.
That was something the Jets did. But you guys, but the game is 13-4. Why are you even watching that game anymore?
Because there's a position player now pitching.
Throwing like 68 miles an hour.
Meatballs.
Well, you saw Ichiro came out there to throw first pitch the other day in full uniform and gassed it up to 84 miles an hour.
I like it. They should do that in basketball when you honor a player the next season he comes out in uniform.
If you're diagnosed with Lake Bacher disease, you're prescribed with Calquantril.
Oh, wow. It's unfortunate.
Can you imagine if one day the Heat retire LeBron's jersey, comes to center court wearing a Heat jersey? It's in full Heat uniform. It'd be amazing.
Every golf tournament should have a regular person in the field, just so we can see how hard the course is. Have a television crew follow him and call it AmCam. You're welcome. 80-20 my way. That's a really good idea. It's Taylor's. Seeing Dead & Company at the Sphere, the rare once-in-a-lifetime experience that I've done 26 times. But you know what they say, Dan? Every time feels like the first time. If something happens on the Dan Le Batard Show, you can guarantee awful announcing is going to write about it. How does that happen? Things you think about on a gummy while sitting in the bleachers in Evanston, Illinois at a Northwestern lacrosse game. Remember when the Astros had a hill in their outfield?
I do remember that.
That's what I was thinking about.
They had a hill in the outfield, and the pole was in the outfield.
In the outfield. Yes.
Yeah, it was like 435 feet away, though. Like back then, it seemed impossible that anyone would ever hit
just
the
put a hill
ball
back
that
there. Nobody's
far.
gonna do it.
Like you guys do understand that was designed that way because of how rarely. Now that's where singles go to land.
Oh, but Jim Edmonds on that hill.
Oh, boy.
On the road.
So good.
Patrolling center field.
Whenever somebody hits a far drive that goes in the middle of the fairway, I have to turn to the person next to me and say, that dog will hunt. Taylor, who got that from Chris Cody? I've heard Chris Cody say that.
It's my saying.
It's not your saying. It's everyone's saying. And it's all people who look like you.
Either that or let the big dog eat.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I can't make it. I have Tinoco.
I'm sorry. If you bet on the Devils to win a playoff game in the Bible Belt on Easter Sunday, what the hell were you thinking? Speaking of hell, Art Briles. Dan, those are the weekend observations.